The Sonic Frontiers Prologue short was finally released today, and with the game just a week away, fans are now at the edge of their seats, intrigued more than ever, especially after seeing this prologue featuring Knuckles the Echidna. But this raises a lot of new questions, like what does Knuckles have to do with Starfall Islands? How are Angel Island, Starfall Islands, and cyberspace connected? What implications does this have on Knuckles' past? And biggest question of them all, will Sonic Frontiers be the origin story for the world of Sonic? Well, here's last video's context and let's break it down. The animation opens up with Knuckles narrating how he feels about being on Angel Island, his duty, and what he does on it, which can I say is an excellent way to flesh out the character. And in a mere few minutes, we get to see more of the inner workings of Knuckles' mind and how it presents himself as kind of a lone wolf archetype. Ian Flynn is doing an excellent job in portraying this. Chef's kiss to him. Anyways, visually we get to see how he travels around the island, and how he's not just a static character around the Master Emerald. He seems like he's genuinely trying to find answers, his purpose. But along the way we see the inhabitants of which is always adorable to see these little guys, and how they interact with Knuckles. This one in particular he kind of recklessly saves. But wait a minute, did this Chow just pick up a Coco? The dead remains of a Coco? We're just gonna ignore that, right? But anyways, through this interaction, he finds what we can safely assume is a portal gear, and he uses it to teleport to Starfall Islands, where a fight scene ensues, which I think we can all assume is a fantastic output from the animation department. Really makes me wish that we had a TV show just like this. God, it's so good. And the tension in which Sage shows up, and the atmosphere this creates, oof, you gotta give that a chef's kiss. I digress. Knuckles gets captured and ends with the beginning dialogue, which again kind of reveals how he copes with his loneliness and dealing with his internal issue of interacting with other people. Again, deep characterization here. But what does this all mean? I mean, it seems that the universal takeaway is that Sonic Frontiers will tell the origin story of the Chaos/Master Emeralds. But how? Well, here's the part where I dissect this just a little deeper. So a slight spoiler warning, but I won't show anything in terms of spoilers. Anyways, I know one of the main contentions I want to draw attention to is that there's a cyberspace portal entrance on Angel Island, specifically in the Sky Sanctuary sector. So why is this important to know? Well, notice how when Eggman is tracking down these portal entrances, he goes to Starfall Islands, as that's where it's located. This must mean that Angel Island, or at least Sky Sanctuary, used to be part of Starfall Islands. And if this is true, it might imply that maybe the previous inhabitants were attempting to separate themselves from the island, or rather, run away. But run away from what exactly? Well, I think I know the answer, and it's always been around. It's chaos. But not this chaos. Let me explain. The chaos of what we know is actually a byproduct of how a Chow came about to interact with the Master Emerald. Then ensues the backstory of Sonic Adventure and Chaos Zero. Emphasis on Chaos Zero. More on that in a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this interaction given how much Sonic Adventure has an influence in Sonic Frontiers. But ever since the release of Sonic Frontiers' information, time and time again we've been directed back to the Master Emerald. Through this animation, Tails Tube, etc. Especially knowing that what turned this Chow into Chaos Zero was the Master Emerald. And again, spoilers, I won't show the image, but notice how the voice talking to Sonic bears a striking resemblance to how Chaos Zero looks like. Also, notice how the subheading for Chaos Zero is, that's right, the God of Destruction. And what was Sage's warning to Sonic's actions again? That he's endangering the world. Almost like you can call it causing destruction. You can kind of get the idea of how the puzzle pieces are starting to fit in place, where when you put them together, it means that chaos is going to be the true reveal of Sonic Frontiers, and it's within Sonic. I think that's why the inhabitants before Knuckles' clan were trying to run away from, and chose to guard the Master Emerald from this entity. In fact, chaos from a literal sense is always trying to ensue when it comes to achieving power, and the Master Emerald seems to be the source of that power. It's probably why the Chaos Emeralds were named after it, and why they seem to serve as a vessel or an artifact to contain it. But what do you think? I think that's all the threads that I can connect for now. We don't know how Sonic is going to contain this true chaos, but I do know one way: by subscribing. It only takes about 2 seconds for this absolutely free and premium content, and you could always change your mind later. Mr. Bane out.